have Marta here, and she came to hang out with me today, all the way from Ripon, Wisconsin. How far did you drive?
An hour and 35 minutes.
I'm so lucky.
No, I'm so lucky.
She observed my classes all day, and it was great, and I've never really been scared of observations. However, Marta is from Mexico originally, so that really freaked me out. She speaks Spanish. Where are you from?
Michoacan.
Awesome. So, if we have any language teachers out there who are not native speakers of the language you teach, you know that it's a different story when native speakers are talking to you. I know she's a kind person, but you always wonder in your head if they're just like judging you a little bit because your accent sucks and you make a lot of grammar mistakes and what you do is just never going to be perfect. And so I thought we could just go and have a quick conversation so she could tell us what she thinks about teachers like us. What do you think when you are observing a teacher who is not teaching the language that they were born learning?
Well, I was born and raised in Mexico, and I did learn English in Mexico, and every single one of my teachers of English were Mexican.
Okay.
Except for the teacher that I had in college,
Right.
who was from this country. But I did not ever expect my teachers to have a flawless accent, and that honestly, as a student, I didn't really care much about it. Now as a teacher, I can tell you that for people to think that only because you're a native speaker you speak perfect Spanish, that is ridiculous. And it's just as ridiculous to think that because you are an English speaker, native English speaker, your English is perfect. It's
True.
not. It's
True.
not. It's better than others, but it's not perfect. And I don't know every single word in the Spanish language. I don't have my grammar perfect. I don't have, I do have lack a lot of things. Probably, if you are passionate about it, of course you're gonna polish it a little more than others. But so it's just plain stupid and arrogant to think that only because you're a native speaker you are perfect, and it's not true. So we just need to have our expectations where they're supposed to be, and you need to not be as hard on yourself because your Spanish is really good. And she doesn't speak as fast in the classroom as she does in conferences. I did see that.
Yeah, I did a conference that I spoke way too fast. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for me not being a native speaker.
I'm sorry.
It's
See?
okay. Then
we need to slow down.
Then I get to post things that I'm not supposed to be posting.
We need to slow down when we speak. Yes.
And as far as accents go, first of all, I believe that accents are beautiful, regardless of where they're from. So your accent when you speak Spanish is really cool. And my accent when I speak English, I hope is also
It is
cool.
beautiful. It's so cool. And you have so many questions about a person when you hear an accent. It sounds beautiful, and you kind of go, wow, this person must have an interesting life.
Yeah, and then you should embrace it. And then also it's so important to pass that on into students because they feel very self-conscious about it also.
True.
And they're like, oh, I can roll my R's and I'm stupid and I'm never going to be able to do that. And they're afraid of participating because their accent is not native speaker like. And so I tell them right off the bat, I am not expecting you to pronounce perfectly because look at me, I've been here for 20 years, totally immersed in English. My husband speaks English only, he doesn't speak Spanish. So I'm really truly immersed only in the language, and I still have the accent. They need to know that it is okay, and as far as it doesn't interfere with communication, you are meeting the goal, and that's what really matters. And be proud about it. Be proud about it. Now, I do know that there's some very mean people out there. I have read some comments in certain blogs from native speakers who teach Spanish, and they are just plain nasty, just because I cannot say the word that I'm really thinking of. For example, if there's someone that is so many CI teachers that are so generous and share their experiences and their ideas, and not only their ideas in their blogs, but also materials that are already made for them, like worksheets and things like that, like free printables and stuff. And they don't, they're not charging anything. And then I have read people that some people go in there and they just find mistakes, and then they bash that teacher. They critique them in public. But and don't get me wrong, because I think that all of us welcome constructive criticism.
We want to get better.
Exactly. That's what makes us grow. But why do you need to bash the person and offend them and say you shouldn't be teaching only because your Spanish is not perfect?
Right.
Even if it's not that. So to those people that are like that, I say, stop doing that.
Yeah.
You find a problem, we'll fix it because you're getting it anyway for free.
Good point.
And then if you want to say something, say it nicely.
Yeah.
And then we need to stop being arrogant because, like I said, probably that mistake, that person didn't make that specific mistake, but I am sure that has made some. Hey, I have found myself actually going back into, the Royal Academy of the Spanish language to just La Real Academia to go back and double check something that I don't remember.
Yeah.
Or a spelling here and then I don't remember. And it's okay to tell your students to, you know what, let me check.
Yeah.
And that makes us
Wait,
human.
you've said that to you have said that to your students. Let me go check?
Yeah.
So it's okay if I do that then?
It's perfect.
Oh, okay.
And not only that, but they are seeing that you are human, that it's okay to not know it all.
Right. You're modeling imperfection.
Yeah, and you need to pass that on. You need to teach them how to be humble, kind learners. Yeah. And I think that once you stop being that humble, kind learner or person, you really should go and get another job. You're setting expectations that are humanly impossible for your students to reach.
Yeah.
And then by criticizing colleagues the way that particular person that I read did, you're not looking good.
Yeah.
People are not saying, oh my gosh, he's so good in Spanish. Oh my gosh, he's good. No. Nobody cares about people like you.
Do you have any advice for people? They know their accent isn't the most important thing, but they would like to improve their accent?
Yes, because like putting aside what I said that I truly believe in, that we have. Did you hear me hesitate with prepositions? I gave up on prepositions a long time ago.
So it's hard. Learning language
prepositions, I gave
doesn't
up.
come fast.
I really gave up years ago when a retired English teacher proved one of the documents that I needed to do for my master's, and then he told me again, Marta, you need to really work on your prepositions. And I'm like, okay, and then I did, and then the next paper, same thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. No, and it's okay. I was so frustrated, and I was going back to research and memorizing when to use which, and then I'm like, it's fine.
No one else questions your prepositions, by the way.
Yes, you want to improve, still knowing that it's not going to be native speaker-like, and it's okay, give yourself that permission. But my English teacher in Mexico, I remember that he told me, and I truly, truly believe in this, that there's no better way to practice your pronunciation and improve it and polish it than music.
Oh.
Singing. It is so true. So when you find yourself singing in that language, it does something magic. I do believe.
No, that makes sense.
Singing.
Do you think it has to do with the fact that you have something memorized and you just keep practicing the same sounds over and over?
You keep practicing, and when you're singing it along with the singer that is
you're
singing
mimicking
it,
him.
You are actually with
the notes and pronunciation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
I remember one of the songs that he taught us was Imagine.
Yeah.
And I remember I was just so hooked into the dreamer. You may say I'm a dreamer. Like, oh. So then I was trying to mimic it and go over and over and practice it, and it is true.
Yeah.
And I tell that to my students, the shy students that don't want to sing along.
Yes.
I'm like, it's okay. You didn't have to be loud and obnoxious like I am, but you should really try to sing it because it does help you polish your pronunciation. Yep. So I think that. But other than that,
good advice.
Really, just relax.
Yep.
It's okay. My only other advice is just keep polishing your CI skills. It's like right now, I think that all of us, when we get to this point in the year, we already use all the tricks, the novel tricks, and then everything starts to become so repetitive, and then we feel like we suck, and then I think that the only thing to overcome that is just keep looking for more development. That's why I reached out to you.
Yay, we had so much fun today.
I'm so happy that you were so nice. Find someone to bounce ideas
who you trust.
and and help each other and tweak activities here and then, attend conferences. And
thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being so positive.
Thank you for having me. You are super positive.